Some of the most groundbreaking features in today's cars were actually dreamed up decades ago, only to be rejected as too complex or unnecessary. In fact, these features were so advanced that they had to be buried because people just couldn't keep up with them. So are we truly innovating today, or are we just catching up with the ideas from the past? Well, the truth might just surprise you. So buckle up, enjoy this blast to the past, and be sure to stick around till the end because there's a feature that was such a disaster of its era. But you would definitely agree that it actually should be in every production car today. Number 1, the push-button transmission. The 1958 Ford Edsel was a one-off Ford car which had a cool push-button transmission called the Teletouch. The Teletouch was Ford's best attempt to be futuristic with its vehicles. Instead of the usual gear shift lever, Ford put buttons right in the middle of the steering wheel. The drivers just needed to press a few buttons to change gears, which made it quite easy to shift gears while driving, and made driving easier for those who kind of hated the gear shift lever.
That's right. Driving the 1958 Edsel is as easy as flicking a light switch. For Edsel's exclusive new Teletouch drive shifts electrically at a touch. It's a new idea that puts shifting where it belongs, so you can keep both hands safely at the wheel. And look, you can shift and turn the wheel at the same time, for the control remains stationary, which makes Edsel the world's easiest car to handle.
The idea was pretty cool on paper, but the reality was far from it. First off, the Teletouch had a tendency to be very unpredictable. It worked with a series of relays and motors that weren't always reliable. Combining 50s technology with electrical components meant that the Teletouch was a recipe for disaster. Sometimes the Teletouch refused to shift, leaving drivers stuck in gear or unable to park properly. So the drivers sometimes found themselves not able to shift at all. Another problem was that if you were trying to shift gears, you would accidentally hit the horn, mistakenly alerting or even annoying other drivers. Ford even charged extra for this feature, so not only was it unpredictable, but it also cost more. It was like adding salt to the wound. That's probably one of the many reasons why the Teletouch didn't become as popular as it should have. In fact, it's now remembered as one of the biggest what-ifs in automotive history. But the push-button transmission wasn't entirely crazy and could be more refined if it made a comeback in modern cars. A sophisticated version of the Teletouch still exists in some higher-end automobiles like the Ferrari 296 GTB, Ferrari Purosangue, and a few more. However, the feature has definitely not made an ultimate comeback yet. So Ford might have been onto something after all. Number 2, auto-dimming headlights. The 1956 Chrysler Imperial and its autopilot feature was one of the best innovations of the 1950s, specifically the auto-dimming headlights. When driving the 1956 Imperial, you could enjoy a well-lit ride without having to worry about blinding oncoming traffic. The car automatically dimmed the headlight when it detected a bright light approaching, making nighttime driving much safer, more comfortable, and less dangerous for other drivers. This clever system relied on a photoelectric sensor, which acted like a personal assistant. As soon as it sensed bright beams from other vehicles, it dimmed your headlights to prevent glare for other drivers. Once the oncoming car passed, the system switched back to high beams, ensuring you maintained good visibility. But despite its impressive technology, the auto-dimming headlights didn't last very long. Over time, issues with the sensors and a growing preference for simpler designs led to auto-dimming headlights being discontinued by Chrysler. Only about 12,000 units of the 1956 Chrysler Imperial were produced, making it a rare find today. Although the technology was impressive, it was also quite complex for its time. A lot of the wiring components required for the auto-dimming feature were prone to wear and tear. This led to an increase in repair costs. The Imperial was a luxury vehicle that aimed to set a new standard for premium cars. While the auto-dimming headlights may not have become a lasting trend, they reflected the innovative spirit of the time and paved the way for similar features we enjoy in modern vehicles. So just a quick timeout, guys. But before we move on to the rest of the video, could we ask you for a small favor? If you've enjoyed the content so far, could you take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel? Over 98% of viewers watch our videos without subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it is a really huge help to us. Thanks. Number 3, the Hydropneumatic suspension. All right, let's dive into a car that rocked the automotive world with an invention called the Hydropneumatic suspension. Introduced in the 1955 Citroën DS, the Hydropneumatic suspension system combined hydraulics and air, allowing the car to glide over bumps like it was floating on a cloud. You could hit potholes without spilling your drink all over, which was very impressive for its time. The 1965 Citroën was a car that turned heads not just for its futuristic design, but also for its amazing ride quality. Now, the secret to this technology was in the special fluid and gas mix that adjusted the ride height and comfort on the fly. If the road was bumpy, the suspension would adapt, keeping the ride smooth and stable. It felt like magic, and this innovative feature made the 1955 Citroën DS a favorite among luxury car enthusiasts. However, not everything about this suspension system was sunshine and rainbows. The complexity of the hydropneumatic system was also a downside. While it offered an incredibly smooth ride, it was bound to have leaks and required regular maintenance. Owners soon realized that when something went wrong, it was a headache to fix. Most mechanics needed specialized training to handle the complex system, which led to expensive repair bills for the owners. This, coupled with the fact that driver preference grew for more simple and reliable cars that didn't require constant repairs, led to the ultimate discontinuation of the technology. Number 4, hidden headlights. This next feature is one of the coolest features to ever exist in old vintage cars, and it's a shame it doesn't still exist. The 1937 Cord 810/812 was one of the first cars to introduce the mind-blowing hidden headlights concept, where the headlights would actually disappear into the car's body when not in use. It was an idea where the headlights would smoothly vanish into the car with just a flip of the switch. These hidden headlights were operated by a crank mechanism inside the car, which gave drivers a futuristic and clean look for their ride. Well, as advanced as it was, the technology had some hiccups. For starters, the manual crank system could be a bit unreliable, just like most things in the 1930s. But people were picky when it came to cars. Drivers reported that the headlights would get stuck, either refusing to pop out or failing to fully go back down. Not exactly ideal when you're trying to see the road or show off your sleek car at night. On top of that, the hidden headlights added complexity to an already interesting design, which meant more chances for mechanical failures and higher maintenance costs. Despite all of this, the folding headlights were improved and used until the 1990s in sports cars and were in fact very popular for its time. However, the last time it was used in commercial cars was in 2004 for the Chevrolet Corvette C5 and Lotus Esprit, and then was discontinued due to safety concerns. And yet we can't help but wonder what it would be like to see these hidden headlights cruising down the roads today. Wouldn't it be awesome if modern cars brought them back? With today's technology, we could eliminate all the old reliability issues. Hidden headlights gave cars a sleek, uncluttered appearance that could totally appeal to modern, minimalistic design trends. Number 5, sliding pocket doors. In 1954, Kaiser Frazer, a famous automobile company, released the 1954 Kaiser Darren, which showcased an innovation that was revolutionary, and it was called the sliding pocket doors. Instead of swinging open like every other car door on the planet, these doors actually slid into the front fenders. They literally disappeared into the car's body, giving it a super sleek, space-saving vibe. Imagine pulling up and just sliding the doors away without any worry of hitting the car parked next to you. But as always, all good things must come to an end, and the sliding pocket doors weren't an exception, as it had its fair share of issues. First, the sliding mechanism could be a bit unreliable. These doors had a habit of getting stuck, which meant that sometimes you had to fight with your car just to get in or out. Second, the whole system was expensive to produce and tricky to repair, which meant that the idea was quickly scrapped after a few years. While the idea of pocket doors were buried, it most definitely could be really handy in today's era. Think about how many times you've struggled to open your car door in a tight parking spot. With modern technology, the issues that the original design faced could easily be fixed. The sleek, disappearing doors could definitely find a place in today's design trends. So, while the sliding pocket doors faded away due to cost and practicality issues back then, the concept still holds up. It was just too advanced for its time, but maybe now's the time for a comeback. Outro, and there you have it. These were only some of the many old vintage cars that were just too advanced for their time. Which of these old features surprised you the most? Let us know down in the comments below, as we always love a good discussion. If you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to check one of these because the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll really like them.